can rule it out. I like Andreas as a player. I've always liked him. I used to train with him, saw the talent coming through. What I want Andreas to be is the best that he can be. And I think when you see him and you see the height, the athleticism, and the quality on the ball, particularly, and choice of pass, then I want him to be all the things that I think he can be, and I want to work towards that, and he knows that. So, I see that. The reality is we have, competition at centre-back here, so they're not always easy conversations for me because I have to choose on what I see, and generally most weeks 2 of them won't be that happy, one particularly not happy. No, as with all the players, I want to work on parts of the game that I think they can improve, and as I said, I think with Andreas, you can watch him, Aston Villa, he was immense. It was, great to watch. He had everything in the centre-back. And then sometimes I think if we are coming up against teams that are physical and ask a question, and Andreas really has to stand up to that. I don't mind saying that because I think he knows it and needs to know that. But what I will say is I think those little bits in his game can really make him the fantastic centre-half that I feel he can be. And he is certainly a player that gets slightly misjudged on age. I think he's been around a long time and went on loan at a young age and did particularly well. And people think that he's probably older than what he is. He's still relatively young. So that's absolutely what the situation is. If it's right for everybody, and first and foremost, that's us, the club, because he's under contract, then we'll look at whether he can lead the club. I think he's been a great professional here, trained brilliantly through this season, even without many opportunities. So I hold him in a lot of high regard for that and respect, but I still have to make a decision for the football club, and nothing's done yet.
How close do you sense it might be? How imminent might something
Well,
happen?
I think everyone's talking about it, so I'm not going to beat around the bush. That I think his agent has spoken to the club, but until we decide that it's the right thing, then of course it's not done.
Is it a question of getting someone in before he can leave?
First of all, on Harry Kane, it's not nice, even though it's a competitor in the league, to hear of an injury to a player like him because he's such a great professional. So when you put your England cap on, you obviously think about that. I think where Tammy's got himself by getting himself into regular squads of late, with his goal scoring that he's done for us, he's given himself a chance. So the work is all there to be done. A lot can change in football in that sort of period of a time. There are competitors that are all vying for those places up front. So it just depends on what Tammy does and what the squad is come the Euros.
But as his club manager, do you think he has what it takes?
I'm delighted with him. I never want to step on Gareth's toes. He has his squad to pick. He has different options available and sees things probably slightly different to what I do. I'm delighted with him, have been all season, delighted with his progression, delighted that he got in the England squad. So for me, yeah, I think he's a player that can play at the very highest level, but he's still in those early stages. This is the first period of time in the Premier League where he's scoring goals. I expect a lot more of that from him, and I think hopefully the progression goes one way. And what happens with England is down to himself and obviously Gareth or the England manager's choices.